kind of want to ask you some blunt questions. Hopefully it's not too fucking rude.
Yeah,
But
no.
say that you have hypothetically, say that you have a
Yeah,
couple good tournaments, say that you win a couple, and then you break into say that you move up to like 25 by the end of the year next year. Do
yeah.
you think that'll change where your mindset is? Or do you think you're pretty stuck on how you're thinking right now with this?
Yeah, I think so. I think part of it comes down to, I think getting to that level for me would require a change of lifestyle. Like right now, I work two jobs in addition to playing pro squash. Right now, I probably don't do the things that are really required to get to that top level. Really paying attention to like all of your sleep, all of your eating, all of your this, all of that stuff. So I think that getting to that level would really require me to change my lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing. And I think that I would be willing to make those changes. I think that's a tough one because obviously if you could just transport me there and say, "Oh, you're top whatever in the world," maybe I would feel differently. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I would, just because I spent so much time thinking about it. But yeah, I don't know. I do think that just like the fact that just in order to get there, there's a whole set of, what's the word? Not barriers, but a whole set of changes that I would need to make to my life that I really don't feel inclined to do, is the bluntest way of putting it.
Yeah, I mean, that's completely fair. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's just so fascinating to get your take on this because I'd say either
Yeah.
99% of the players from that 99% of batch won't communicate this of what you're
Yeah.
feeling, or
Yeah.
it's either the tunnel vision of I have what it takes
Yeah.
to be
I
world
actually,
number
I
one.
actually never know how many other players feel that way um, or don't, because like I love playing squash, and I love competing, and I love being able to still play regardless of whether it's a 10K, a 20K, 70K. Obviously, at the bigger events, you kind of get better amenities. You're making more money marginally. I'll give you that, but you're making more money. Um, so yeah, I never quite know. I feel. I mean, maybe it's just I'm jaded in some way, but yeah, I don't think that my life would change that much if I were suddenly making second or third rounds of platinum events.
Mm-hmm. Andrew, how are you juggling? Candidly speaking, how are you juggling this financially? Are you like, has it been
Yeah.
difficult, or has like sponsors just
Well,
been
so that
pouring
this comes
through?
back to the I literally have not received $1 in sponsorship money, and I would love to know if someone could tell me how to get sponsors. The only one that I know that's actually quite good at it is Spencer. Spencer has legitimate sponsors that aren't like fake family friends. Like he has real sponsors that, like, I think actually they have like a symbiotic relationship where he gives them something and they receive something in return, and there's like a real exchange of
Mm-hmm.
something. um but no, I don't have a single sponsor, and I think that was, I don't know if we talked about this last time we
Mm-hmm.
spoke, but one of the big things for me was being able to support myself financially, like fully. And I kind of felt like if this is supposed to be a career, then I should at least be able to break even, and survive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think that, yeah, that led me down the path of like searching for things that I could do to make money in addition to playing squash. And I didn't want to coach squash. I'm not very good at it, nor would I really enjoy it. So I didn't want to coach. So I went down like a number of different paths trying to find things that I could do and play.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it's been financially, I probably overshot a little. Like if I was just trying to purely break even, I probably was doing too much work. Um, but at the same time, like I really struggled just to play squash.
Yeah.
It's mentally really tough for me, and socially really tough for me. And um, yeah, I mean, I have a huge amount of respect for the players that do it, because I don't think people understand how fucking boring it is. Like it's really boring and really monotonous and really mind numbing. And like there's no like there's no stimulation either, like intellectually or there's some. I mean, you're playing for that hour, and then that hour you're stimulated. But um, yeah, I think that I have a huge amount of respect because in order to be that good, you have to be super disciplined and like
Mm.
willing to go through that level of boredom.